The north of England has been the subject of rumour, claim and counterclaim since its very inception. Well, now business leaders from the north of England are calling on the Prime Minister to confirm that one of the persistent rumours that some of the project's key routes to the north could be scrapped, and they're hoping that that won't come about. Well, joining me now is Linda Schiller. She's Chief Executive of Harworth Group and joins me now. Linda, very good morning to you. What makes you think the government may not go ahead with the final extension of HS2?
I mean, well, at the moment, nothing. I mean, the government committed to bringing forward the extension of HS2 in 2019. We believe investment in rail is a major part of the levelling up agenda and decarbonisation of the economy. And from a government perspective, those are both critical parts of their agenda today.
Now, you're fairly clear about the benefits in terms of this leg, in terms of extra jobs and everything. How do you arrive at some of your numbers?
I mean, we've conducted studies, or the coalition has conducted studies over a number of years, looking at actually what transformative change High Speed 2 and wider rail investment in the north actually would bring to northern economies. And I mean, it's fair to say, I mean, I've been a northern business leader for most of my career, and you know, the connectivity, whether it's east west, you know, sort of, or locally or north south in the north, has definitely been something that's actually held back. I think the ability of northern businesses to grow and progress, and we just believe that investment now, you know, sort of in terms of looking at the generations to come, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to actually invest in modern infrastructure in the north, connecting not just our major cities, but also local communities, and actually enabling employers to tap into wider skill pools, but also local people to be able to sort of access work and new economy opportunities more effectively.
Linda, you raised a good point there about east-west connectivity. For example, you know, there have been calls in the past for a line connecting Liverpool with Hull. Would you make that less of a priority than the final leg of HS2?
It's never been about a choice between north-south and east-west. I think to make the north thrive and to enable us to sort of kick on and really transform and rebalance the economy, you need both. And actually, I'd go further than that to say it's not just the sort of main routes, you know, heading north-south and east-west. It's also routes that enable us to connect local communities more effectively to jobs and employment.
Now, obviously, a lot of sceptics are out there for HS2 worrying about the cost-benefit analysis. I mean, for the final leg from Birmingham to Leeds, by how much do you think the benefits to the country will outweigh the costs?
Well, the numbers that we've seen in the reports are up to £1 trillion over the long term. And I think, you know, sort of the reality of it is if you don't invest in the eastern leg of High Speed 2 at the same time as you invest in the western leg, you actually miss the opportunity, you know, to basically sort of bring transformative growth to, you know, the whole of the eastern side of the country, from the East Midlands sort of right up into Teesside and beyond. That's a huge, you know, some of our huge northern cities and the economies that sort of sit around them would not be, you know, would not be connected at the same time as the economies on the west, and that just does not seem to make, you know, sort of any sense to business leaders, you know, sort of in the north at all. I mean, we believe very much that, you know, investment in High Speed 2, investment in Northern Rail should be a priority from a levelling up agenda perspective.
All right, Linda, we have to leave it there. Good to talk to you this morning. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Well, still to come here on Ian King Live. Restaurant recipes at home, how the home meal kit companies are helping close restaurants during the lockdown. Stay tuned.
There is a lot of fires all around us. It is an absolute carnival kind of atmosphere out here for Prime Minister Modi's decisive victory. We aim to be the best and most trusted place for news. India has had its highest spike in the last 24 hours. The roads have been inundated. The only way out is to get people by boat. These students are defying the prohibitory orders, and now they're going to be arrested. I'm Neville Lazarus, and I'm Sky's reporter based in Delhi.
Welcome back. Pubs and restaurants, places we'd normally go for a meal with family or friends, are shut, and businesses have been very hard hit in the sector. But we have seen a blossoming of takeaway and delivery services, with giants such as Deliveroo and Just Eat thriving, even though many of the small independent restaurants that use them have had it much harder. It's also been a good time for meal kit delivery firms like Gusto, and now it's launching a campaign to support small restaurants by using their recipes, providing business services and, to some, hard cash. Joining me now is the founder and chief executive of Gusto, Timo Bolt. Timo, good to see you again. Restaurants that can apply for your scheme, but you're offering up to £10,000 a time in some cases.
Yes, Ian. This country has such fantastic food diversity and vibrancy, and we really want to protect independent restaurants and play a small role. Gusto is famous for choice. We offer 50 recipes to choose from on our menu every single week, from Joe Wick's Lean in 15 to 5-minute preparation recipes. So we really want to play our part to protect the food diversity we have and help 5 independent restaurants by giving each £10,000. But much more importantly, we will mentor and support these restaurants for a year and put some of their fantastic recipes on our menu.
What will be the obligations on the restaurants that win these awards then? That they have to share their recipes with you?
They have to do nothing. We just want to support. This is not a commercial partnership for us. It's literally making sure that independent restaurants who claim that 90% of them since the beginning of the pandemic considered closing down. And obviously Gusto has been incredibly fortunate to be able to feed the nation during this crisis. So we really want to give back, and we want to focus on, protecting the food diversity we have in this country.
And what will be the characteristics of the restaurants that are successful?
There are literally dozens and dozens of criteria, from hygiene to popularity to ratings. 10,000 people have already rated restaurants in this campaign, so please do so. It's fantastic. And then a team at Gusto will make sure, that all the criteria are fulfilled and we apply the greatest fairness.
Now, you obviously saw a big pickup in demand last year. Has that changed in any way your business plan, the route to profitability that you've mapped out?
So Gusto has been in a fortunate position. Even before the pandemic, Gusto was growing, almost 100%, and Gusto was profitable before the pandemic hit us, sadly. So last year we added 500 employees. This year we're growing from 1,000 employees to 2,000 employees. We're opening new factories in Thurrock, Spalding, and Warrington. So we're really expanding fast, creating amazing job opportunities, whilst keeping our costs down. Customers get meals from $2.98, including free delivery across all of the UK. So I'm just forever grateful to our team for working 24/7 during the crisis and making it possible for families to eat Gusto.
Now, Timo, you, in your last funding round, achieved unicorn status, a valuation of more than $1 billion. You told the tech publication Sifted that you weren't too happy with that. Why was that?
Look, I think it's a fantastic achievement. I think it's fantastic the team gets recognition. But to me, the only thing that really matters is to be focused on our vision. Our vision is to be the most loved way to eat dinner. we're thinking 10, 20, 30 years. We only obsess about the customer. That's our number one focus as a company. So I'm thinking long term. To me, this is a short term signal. Yes, it's really tremendously appreciated, and the recognition the team so deserves is fantastic. But we want to, build an amazing business that has positive impact on people and customers and the planet over the next 10, 20, 30 years.
Okay, Timo, good to talk to you again. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much, Ian. Great to see you.
Well, the oil price has hit a significant milestone today. It's traded above $60 a barrel for the first time since the end of January last year, reflecting optimism of a pickup in demand and the recent production cuts put through by the Saudis and their allies. A barrel of Brent crude right now, though, below $60 a barrel, just about $59.97 right now, just up over 1%. Well, Wall Street ended last week with a bang, with the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 index hitting record highs, and stock markets in the Asia-Pacific region picked up the baton overnight. There were gains in each of Tokyo, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Mumbai and in Sydney. The main Indian stock index, the BSE Sensex, is up by more than 11% in just over a week. Well, in Europe, stock markets opened to the upside a couple of hours ago or so. Here's the current picture, all of them in positive territory. As you can see there, among the main talking points this morning, Dialog Semiconductor, the German chip maker, its shares ahead by some 16% after it agreed a €4.9 billion takeover by Renesas of Japan. Well, here in London, the FTSE 100 is also in positive territory, currently some 45 points to the good there, up just over 2/3 of 1%, thanks to gains for the mining heavyweights on hopes of a pickup in commodity demand. I can tell you that Anglo-American, Rio Tinto and BHP have alone added nearly 12 points to the index. Among the FTSE fallers this morning, Rolls-Royce is off by 2%. That is on news of a proposed 2-week shutdown of its civil aerospace arm this summer. That story broken yesterday by the Sunday Telegraph. Outside the FTSE, the annuity provider Just Group is up by more than 5% on a buy note from the analysts at Peel Hunt, while the mining equipment maker Weir Group is also benefiting from support by the analysts this morning. It's ahead by 3.75%. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the screen there, have a look at that. Metro Bank, its shares up by nearly 9% on what is said to be a short squeeze that's been instigated by an online campaign by some retail investors. Interesting stuff, that. On the foreign exchange markets, the pound on Friday completed its 4th consecutive week of gains against the US dollar, taking a pause for breath. As you can see this morning, it's off by 1/5 of 1% against the euro and by 1/3 of 1% against the greenback. Well, joining me now, Salman Ahmed. He's Global Head of Macro and Strategic Allocation at Fidelity International. And I'm also joined by the Chief Investment Officer, Kevin Fose from Carmignac. Kevin, good to see you again. Great week for equities last week, Kevin, after the big sell-off the week before. Are we back in a fully risk-on mode as far as you're concerned?
Well, yes. I mean, clearly we have seen a very strong rebound. That was much likely, I would say, was total reversal from last week's risk of movement.
My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
During the time of lockdown, we recognise that young people among us could be vulnerable and subject to abuse. This is why Amacares, an organisation that advocates against child sexual abuse, is here to assist the vulnerable amongst us. We have lined up an exciting and educative programmes that can be of help to you. Please check out our website on www.amacares.org for updates of programme. Enjoy a live chat with our team members for advice. Our online counsellors are also available to advise you and signpost you to the right governmental departments. You can reach us on 033 01 33 2415 or email us at info@emmacares.org. Confidentiality is key. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. Of darkness.
So what did that?
Myself and the world in a just. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email and phone number. That's it, you're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Listen to Reverend David Peterson.
And you have to listen. Your spouse can leave you. Your friends can leave you. Your family can leave you. Your next door neighbor will talk about you. But God will never leave you.
This and every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. on the Led by the Spirit program on Starr Radio UK.
Hello, lovely listeners. Tune in to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
During the time of lockdown, we recognise that young people among us could be vulnerable and subject to abuse. This is why Amicus, an organisation that advocates against child sexual abuse, is here to assist the vulnerable amongst us. We have lined up an exciting and educative programmes that can be of help to you. Please check out our website on www.amicus.org for updates of programme. Enjoy a live chat with our team members for advice. Our online counsellors are also available to advise you and signpost you to the right governmental departments. You can reach us on 033 01 33 2415 or email us at info@amicus.org. Confidentiality is key. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. The of darkness.
So what did that?
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email and phone number. That's it, you're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Listen to Reverend David Peterson.
And you have to listen. Your spouse can leave you. Your friends can leave you. Your family can leave you. Your next door neighbor will talk about you. But God will never leave you.
This and every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. on the Led by the Spirit program on Starr Radio UK.
Hello, lovely listeners. Tune in to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Turn it on. Turn it up. Broadcasting live
online, on mobile, and soon on DAB. This is Starr Radio UK, the leading Afro-Caribbean radio station in London.
all around the world. In your car,
at work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you're listening to Starr Radio Show. Yes, good morning to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Or good afternoon, good evening, or good dawn. Today's Monday, the 8th day of February, the year 2021. Time now, 10:43 from the Hearts of London, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So wherever you are, we want to welcome you to the greatest program in the whole wide world. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. The Starr Radio UK morning show is on. Of course, I am.
This is the morning show.
Let me say good morning to my colleagues, Mr. Frank Davis, Mr. Laimi Koiki, and HRH Linda Pallien all the way in Cyprus. We hope you are all doing very, very well. Susan, good morning. Goes to Felix all the way in Aberdeen. Mr. Kofi Ali Abdul Yakin, good morning to you. Dr. Martin, good morning. Mr. David Kruche. Comfort David all the way in Minnesota. Mr. Buama, Mr. Davidson Abiosai, good morning to you all. Our lovely listeners here in the UK, we salute you all. To all the presenters and management of Starr Radio UK, I salute you. What about those also in other parts of the world, in Africa and all those. Yes. Did I give tea? Esrahin, the Hammers, the Betwells, the Amevo families, back home and abroad. We salute you all. We welcome you to the greatest program in the whole wide world. But let me express my sincere thanks to every one of you who participated in the virtual memorial service or celebration of life of the late Christopher Maxwell Kwejo, BBA aka Betwell, last Saturday. Thank you. May God richly bless you. I will be surely getting back to you wherever you are to express our thanks. But wherever you are, we say welcome to the program. Well, if it's the first time of listening to us, this is how the program will go. We'll be bringing you the quote for the day, the weather forecast, and the travel update will follow suit. And then we'll bring you some of the stories making the rounds, from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. Why not? If it's making the headlines, we'll touch on it. At 12 o'clock, the lines will be open for you to add your voice to the discussions. And then it tilts on until 12:45, when we have all the way we travel to Cyprus, where we've got HRH Linda Pallien all lined up for you today to bring you Career 101. At 1 o'clock, the curtains will be brought down for the end of the program. So wherever you are, once again, welcome to the show. Well, as the time is all, well spent, so I'm just going to crack on. Playing in the background, Joyful Way Incorporated. Some praise medley for you. I hope I'm making your morning in this cold day here in London. At least you can stand up and be dancing if you're working from home. Even if you're in the office and you're listening to us, or even in your car, you can be tapping your feet, man. But make sure you're not stepping on the brakes and accelerator at the same time. You know, you're not going anywhere. But wherever you are, Starr Radio UK. Now, the quote for the day says, do not wait for opportunity to come before you start preparing. It is usually too late to do so. Do not wait for opportunity to come before you start preparing. It is usually too late to do so. So what do you have to do? You know exactly what you got to do. So crack on with it. That is by way of the quote for the day. Now let's move on to the weather front. Now when it comes to the weather front, this afternoon will be bitterly cold, and mostly cloudy. Strong easterlies will continue feeding in snow showers through the day, which could turn heavier and persistent in places. And tonight will remain very cold, and it will be mostly cloudy, although some clear breaks are possible in places. There will be a further snow shower or showers through the night, but they will be less widespread. When it comes to the temperatures, you don't want to talk about it. Well, London and the southeast of England, the top is going to be 0 degrees and the lowest is going to be -1. Now, UV level is going to be low, pollution is going to be low. Sunset 17:02, sunrise for tomorrow morning 07:28 hours. And that brings us to the end of the weather forecast. But if you want to share with us what is happening on the weather front wherever you are, my goodness, do so. And I promise you, I will acknowledge you and share it. I know somebody will be saying that, look, the temperature is so temperate where we are. Is what? Maybe 40 degrees. See, but here, but it is Starr Radio UK. Now moving on to the The travel this morning, of course, for only essential travels. On the second line, there are minor delays due to train cancellations. On Hammersmith and City lines too, there are minor delays due to train cancellations. Metropolitan line has also minor delays between Harrow on the Hill and Uxbridge due to an earlier 40 train at Rayners Lane. Good service on the rest of the line. Piccadilly line has got delays between South Harrow and Uxbridge while they fix a 40 train at Rayners Lane. But you are short of good service on the rest of the line. And as you know, Waterloo and City line have got planned closures. So if you can avoid it, avoid that. Now on the London Overground until Friday the 26th of February, late evening weekdays, trains at 23:03 to 23:33 and 00:48 hours from Liverpool Street to Chimford will not run due to staff shortage. And until the 26th of February, there will be temporary. They'll be running temporary reduced service during peak times on weekday London Overground services from Bush Hill Park and Enfield Town. If you can avoid it, avoid it. If you can't, and then you have to plan your travels, just do so. TFL Rail DLR London Tramley, good service there. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. As you know, the river bus is still suspended. National Coach is also suspended. But when it comes to the National Rail this morning, minor delays on cross country, Great Northern, minor delays, Great Western Railway, minor delays, Great Anglia, severe delays, London North Eastern Railway, minor delays. Now Scott Rail, minor delays there, Southwestern Railway, severe delays, Southern, severe delays, Thameslink, minor delays there. Now let's move on to the last sector of the travel update for you. That is the major roads in London. On the major roads in London, A1 has got closures, A20 closures, A4 closures, Central London Red Roads closures, A2 serious delays, A316 serious delays, and North Circular A406 serious delays there as well. So that brings us to the end of the travel update. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today, but you know what? Continue to keep those eyes on the road.
On the smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
There this morning, I tell you that how cold it is here. The studio that is normally warm or hot, let me say warm is not, is cold. So the best way to do it is to dance. Okay, you know, your dance is an exercise for you. It keeps your body, all the blood flowing through all the parts, you know, and therefore you can keep yourself warm on the front. But wherever you are, thank you very much for joining us on Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're going to be going on to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds in the world today.
Let's see it again. Awesome God. Awesome God. Mighty God. Mighty God. Awesome God.
It is Starr Radio UK. It's some of the stories making the rounds here. Public can have confidence in COVID jabs. That's what the what vaccine minister is saying. That is quite worrying, you know. When it comes to the vaccines, information about it is quite fluid. Today this, tomorrow that. Well. An early study suggests the AstraZeneca jab may be less effective against the South African variant. So do we need a special vaccine for the South African one, or they have to twig the AstraZeneca to be able to combat the South African strain or variant of the COVID-19? Okay. We'll bring you more details about that. So what do people have to do now? You go take it now, or you wait until they've twigged it? That's the question going on in people's heads this morning. But while you look around this morning and you see all around you white. Some people wearing white, you know, but everything around you white. That means that the snow is falling. But more heavy snow forecast for parts of UK, up to 15 centimeters could fall in some areas of England as bitterly cold weather continues. They call it the beast from the east. But this time the beast didn't bite as much as it did I think a couple of years ago. 2,450 jobs lost as Dorothy Perkins sold to Boho. One more time. Now, Holy Road inquiry session with someone called off. The former First Minister was due to answer MSP questions on Tuesday, but the session will not go ahead. Why? We'll be looking more into that. It is Starr Radio UK and the morning show for you. Well, a week ago today, the Myanmar military decided to take over the country through a coup d'etat. However, the public this time around say no, we don't go sit down. As it said in the Ghanaian Pallien. Now, the Myanmar police use water cannon as thousands strike. Mass street protests have continued for a third day as demonstrators join the nationwide strike. Although they blocked Facebook and social media platforms and finally blocked the internet, however, the demonstration seems to be going on. Aluta continua. What is going to happen out of that? Is it going to make the military leaders blink? Or succumb to the forces that are surrounding them now? Well, we'll be seeing more about that. In other parts of the world, 14 dead after India glacier collapses and triggers flood. A piece of Himalayan glaciers had fallen into a river, bursting open a dam in northern India. Now in China has confirmed arrest of Australian CGTN reporter, TV presenter Sheng Lei, detained since August, is accused of supplying state secrets overseas. In the US, President Biden has set a firm line on Iran sanctions. Joe Biden says he will not lift sanctions to kickstart talks over Tehran's nuclear program. Well, as we say all the time, permanent interest, of course. You know, he's more diplomatic than Trump. So we'll see what is going to happen on that front. Now, have you watched this movie before? Air Force One. with Harrison Ford as the president, playing the role as the president. Let me put it that way. The U.S. Air Force will conduct a global security review after an intruder entered the base that houses the presidential aircraft Air Force One. On Thursday, an unarmed man was able to access Maryland Joint Base Andrews and enter a C-40 aircraft, part of a fleet used by government leaders. Now, everyone is taking this very seriously, said Defense Department spokesman John Kirby on Friday. There is no suggestion that the intruder is linked to extremist groups. The suspect was detained by security forces on the base, according to a statement from the Air Force. He was given a federal summons for trespassing and handed over to local law enforcement. No personnel were harmed during the breach. It is Starr Radio UK. In Israel, Netanyahu has entered a plea in court in corruption trial. The Prime Minister is fighting the charges while standing for re-election in just a few weeks' time. How is it going to fare for him? That's another question that is being asked by everyone. The International Court rules it has jurisdiction to investigate alleged crimes in West Bank and Gaza. But will the Israelis present themselves? That is another question. It is Starr Radio UK. On the African front, Malawi to carry on with AstraZeneca vaccine plan. But South Africa has halted AstraZeneca vaccine over new variant. The story says that South Africa has put its roll out of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine on hold after a study showed disappointing results against its new COVID variant. Now, scientists say the variant accounts for 90% of new COVID cases in South Africa. The study involving around 2,000 people found the vaccine offered minimal protection against mild and moderate cases. But experts say there is still hope that it will be effective in preventing severe infection. All coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
You see the best we're doing. We're going to start doing it. See the left, right. All right, let's go.
A minute after 11 the time.
Come on, let me see you. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right.
Starr Radio UK, the station.
I can't see you. How you doing?
Now, some other stories from the African front. Congo faces new Ebola outbreak months after overcoming one. And in Benin, Benin is probing gun attack on opposition presidential candidate. What's happening there again? And DR Congo's president Tshisekedi becomes African Union chairman. Interesting. Muntaka retracts, apologizes for bribery allegation against the Supreme Court judge. So quite unraveling there in Ghana. Parliament to sit twice a week. Some of the stories making the rounds there. It is Starr Radio UK. 3 minutes past the top of the hour. The election petition hearing in Ghana goes on.
I hear some of you saying Bambara. But we are not talking about food here.
But we'll be taking a break pretty soon.
Right? So if you...
And once we come back, we continue. We have a detailed look at all the stories that I put across. Now, ambulance driver shot dead by armed robbers passes on. Remember last week we did talk about an ambulance driver in Ghana who was shot at and when he was responding to an emergency of taking a pregnant woman from between Somanya and Edukrom in the eastern region. Stories coming through say the ambulance driver who was shot by armed robbers while conveying a pregnant woman in labor has died at Kolebu Teaching Hospital in Accra. A senior emergency medical technician, Abraham Tete, died on Saturday morning while on admission. He had sustained a gunshot wound to the eye. The late Abraham Tete was the Yellow Krobo municipal officer in charge of the National Ambulance Service. To be recalled that on Friday, Mr. Tete was conveying a pregnant woman from a Kuse government hospital to the Koforidua Regional Hospital when his van was attacked by highway robbers. The driver and the pregnant woman were later rushed to the hospital after being rescued by a police patrol team. Okie dokie. So this and a lot more going to be coming your way. How do we address the issue? On one hand, one MP castigated the Supreme Court judges. Nothing has been done to him. Another person says something else about the Supreme Court judge, and people are castigating him as well. What is going to happen on that front? So you just stay tuned. Don't you go away. Enjoy the music, and I'll be joining you in a few minutes. It is Starr Radio UK. Of course, I am Archie.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Radio for the people, live.
The best radio show.
In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckley, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Starr Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
During the time of lockdown, we recognise that young people among us could be vulnerable and subject to abuse. This is why Amicus, an organisation that advocates against child sexual abuse, is here to assist the vulnerable amongst us. We have lined up an exciting and educative programmes that can be of help to you. Please check out our website on www.amicus.org for updates of programme. Enjoy a live chat with our team members for advice. Our online counsellors are also available to advise you and signpost you to the right governmental departments. You can reach us on 033 01 33 2415 or email us at info@amicus.org. Confidentiality is key. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business. The show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match people. I have met my match, Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. The hole of darkness.
So what did that
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Listen to Reverend David Peterson.
And you have to listen. Your spouse can leave you. Your friends can leave you. Your family can leave you. Your next door neighbor will talk about you. But God will never leave you.
This and every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. on the Led by the Spirit program on Starr Radio UK.
Hello, lovely listeners. Tune in to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
During the time of lockdown, we recognise that young people among us could be vulnerable and subject to abuse. This is why Amicare, an organisation that advocates against child sexual abuse, is here to assist the vulnerable amongst us. We have lined up an exciting and educative programmes that can be of help to you. Please check out our website on www.amacares.org for updates of programme. Enjoy a live chat with our team members for advice. Our online counsellors are also available to advise you and signpost you to the right governmental departments. You can reach us on 033 01 33 2415 or email us at info@amacares.org. Confidentiality is key. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. Of darkness.
So what did that
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email and phone number. That's it, you're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Listen to Reverend David Peterson.
And you have to listen. Your spouse can leave you. Your friends can leave you. Your family can leave you. Your next door neighbor will talk about you. But God will never leave you.
This and every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. on the Led by the Spirit program on Starr Radio UK.
Hello, lovely listeners. Tune in to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
During the time of lockdown, we recognise that young people among us could be vulnerable and subject to abuse. This is why Amicare, an organisation that advocates against child sexual abuse, is here to assist the vulnerable amongst us. We have lined up an exciting and educative programmes that can be of help to you. Please check out our website on www.amacares.org for updates of programme. Enjoy a live chat with our team members for advice. Our online counsellors are also available to advise you and signpost you to the right governmental departments. You can reach us on 033 01 33 2415 or email us at info@amacares.org. Confidentiality is key. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. Of darkness.
So what did that
Myself and the world in a just. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Turn it up.
Welcome back to the program. It is now gone 11:22 from the Hearts of London. It is the Monday edition of the morning show. Like I said, at 12 o'clock we'll open the line for you to join in the discussions or wherever you might be. But as you know, normally we would have had Mr. Olaimiko bringing you updates, but as we have said, the North London studio work is still going on assiduously, and once it's done, he will be up here bringing you live programs from the studios there and bringing you Niger voices as well. But until then, let me bring you some of the updates from Nigeria, a quick one from there, so that our Nigerian listeners, you will not feel that we have left you out. We've not. We can't even think of doing so. Now, the first story says 19 people were killed at the weekend when armed men raided 2 villages in northwest Nigeria, Kaduna State. The government said in the latest violence to hit the region. Now, gunmen from kidnapping and cattle rustling gangs called bandits by locals often raid villages in northwest Nigeria, stealing cattle, kidnapping for ransom, and burning homes after looting supplies. The Kaduna State government has received reports from security agencies of the killing of 19 citizens in Benin, Gwari, and Kajuru. Local government areas. Samuel Aruwan, Internal Affairs Commissioner, said in a statement. The citizens were killed by armed bandits at the Kometseshi village in Benin, Gwari, and Kajuni village in Kajuru, where several others were left with bullet wounds, Aruwan said. Late on Saturday, bandits riding on motorcycles killed 14 people and injured others when they invaded Kutemeshi, where they looted shops, the officials said. On the same day, motorbike riding gunmen also stormed Kujeni, where they killed 5 people and burnt several houses, warehouses, and a church, said Aruwan in the statement. But residents said 19 people were killed just in the raid in Kotsemeshi. Now, we lost 19 people in the attack. We buried them yesterday, that Sunday, said Kotsemeshi resident Ayubu Abdullahi. Now, last month, bandits killed 12 people and kidnapped 30 others in an attack on 3 villages in Benin, Gwari district and neighboring Katsina state. But the question now is, now with this going on in Nigeria, we have the Nigerian government going to Mozambique to go and promise them that, look, we're going to be giving you a hand in combating extremist group in that part of the world. So you ask yourself, what are you actually offering? What are you actually offering? It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11:25. Still in Nigeria, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has reacted to condemnation trailing the directive to deposit money banks to desist from transacting in cryptocurrencies. In a statement on Sunday, Osicha Wanisobi, acting director of corporate communication, clarified that the CGN circular of February 5, 2021 did not place any new restrictions on cryptocurrencies. He recalled that all banks in the country had earlier been forbidden through the CBN circular dated January the 12th, 2017, not to use, hold, trade, and or transact in cryptocurrencies. Now, Wansobi noted that the CBN's position on cryptocurrencies is not an outlier as many countries. Central banks, international financial institutions, and distinguished investors and economists have also warned against its use. He said China, Canada, Taiwan, Indonesia, Algeria, Egypt, Morocco, Bolivia, Kyrgyzstan, Ecuador, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Iran, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Cambodia have all placed certain level of restrictions on financial institutions facilitating cryptocurrency transaction. The CBN said in China, cryptocurrencies are completely banned and all exchanges closed as well. Now, Wansobi said even famed investor Warren Buffett has called cryptocurrencies rat poison squad, a mirage, and a gambling device. Mr. Buffett believes it is a gambling device, given that they are mostly valuable because the person buying it does not not as means of payment, but in the hope that they can sell it for even more than what they paid at some point. During an online forum hosted by the Davos-based World Economic Forum a few weeks ago, Andrew Bailey, the governor of the Bank of England, highlighted the extreme price volatility of cryptocurrencies as one of the biggest flaws, and explained that this flaw makes it impossible for them to be used as a lasting means of payment. We'll be having a detailed look at that story as well. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. That brings us to the updates, the end of the updates from Nigeria. 11:27 the time. Let me see if my main man, Mr. Frank Davis, is also now all seated and ready to come on the show. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And let me say, good morning to
Archie,
you,
good
Frank.
morning to all our listeners, our viewers, wherever they might be. We respect them and we say, well, welcome back to, the second Monday?
Yes, the second Monday of the month of February.
Is it?
Yes, today is the 8th.
Today is the 8th, the second Monday of February, which means the year has actually...
It's not that different.
Yeah.
How are you?
Actually, I've been good. The weekend was full of activities, and I thank all those who came to participate. We'll be placing phone calls to individuals. But we'd like to say we thank you for your support, your participation in doing my dad the honors. So we say thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. As I said, we will do our best to.
Some couldn't come, some couldn't, but they made phone calls. Again, I say I salute all of you.
Thank you. Like the Tesco slogan goes, every little counts.
Every little counts.
Yes, thank you very much for that. Now, interestingly, we know jobs have still been lost now. Dorothy Perkins sold to Boohoo, and 2,450 jobs down the drain. And it's quite worrying. We know the fellow scheme is being extended. The various schemes that the government has put in place to help revamp things. But last week we had the governor of the Bank of England saying that he's sure that come the summertime, the economy is going to get back to it. But looking at the vaccine and it's the fact that if you are saying this morning that the AstraZeneca it's not being able to fight the South African variant, makes it quite
actually that is true. But before we come to that, let me quickly comment on this cryptocurrency.
Okay, that's a story from Nigeria.
Sorry from Nigeria. You see, the banks are not being allowed to participate in that market because of risk. Do not forget, the banks actually hold depositors' money in trust. Now, whichever investment vehicle they choose to put depositors' money in, which grants the interest, generate wealth for payment of staff, maintaining of asset, and running of the whole business, must have some level of certainty and reduce risk level. The crypto market is a market where you cannot predict. Imagine a bank goes to put 50% of the depositors' money on let's say Dogecoin, and within a twinkle of eye, the Dogecoin goes from what they call 0.5 to 0.1.
Losing its value.
Right. With this situation where coins have dropped in value over 30% overnight, and again climbed overnight as much as 50%, that volatility cannot allow any credible institution to plan. Hedge funds can do that because they are gambling. Because they are this is banks, central banks, conventional banks, which actually are holding depositors' money. Depositors sign a contract with you. They did not sign a contract to go and gamble their money in the most riskiest way that you can get in the money market. And that is why you see a lot of banks, the central banks have overseen responsibility to see where depositors' money has gone into pension funds, properties, things that are kind of secured enough. That is why the regulator will even tell you that if you put your money in this bank, we guarantee 85% should the bank even go bust. Because to a large extent, they have knowledge of the industry that they're putting their money into. China is even coming out with China coin. It is not that they are banning the operation, but they are precluding the banks from actively participating in it, so that you are not tempted as a bank manager to see it as a lucrative business. Instead of putting money into a housing project,
you want to invest it there and then think that
the effect on the economy will be so huge if banks decide to do that. They're going to, the production sector will go dry. because all of them will not go into the bank. I mean, what they call the crypto gambling, which do not actually result in a production of direct. Financing of projects, projects. And then even now, it's having effect because a lot of people are moving money from the banks onto the virtual world, and people who actually are crypto owners are now sitting back and making money. They are sitting back and making money, and most of this money are not being deposited in where you have secure. Like if you are in the UK, for instance, you buy crypto, you buy probably a reverend coin. The money is not being deposited here. The person who have taken the physical money is deposited somewhere in Kazakhstan, in areas where the regulation allows them to be able to play around easily and make huge profit, less tax. Are you getting me? So it is not to say that crypto might not be good, but it's a risk that I wouldn't sanction any bank. That if the bank manager wants to do it in their own accord with their personal money, fine. But you deposit money who have not given consent to go and do it, they're like, look, Dr. Morton is put in charge of our money, and then he comes to tell us that Kofi Ali has given too sure banker. Are you getting me? Because Kofi Ali numbers were given to Felix last week, and Felix won. So, and Kofi Ali has given him again.
Banker to banker.
32 is coming. You can perm everything. The 32 will come. Then 32 came where we made money. Okay, Kofi Ali again comes and say, okay, you know what? 22 is coming, and we say, okay, you know what? 30% of our money was used to back, and we made money. Why don't we put 85%? And then the numbers come, and it was adukwe arithmetic -1 + 1. I mean, you're gone. So you cannot sanction anyone to use the process money to do that. That will be wrong. To some extent, let me bring this. This is something that happened to Namwan.
Yeah.
He was heavily involved in crypto. They don't want to tell the truth.
Okay, you come out with some secret now.
He was heavily, apart from the gold, he was heavily involved in
crypto, and then I think it dipped, and then
and as at the time the bank was going, as at the time he was doing, that's when the crypto market went down. What they call a Bitcoin, for instance, went from almost $20,000 right down to about $5,000, and that was the period. So there was no way you could have done anything. He was partly involved in crypto.
So now the question that people will be on the mind of people is that, okay, so if I've invested there, do I have any protection? Can government, if something goes wrong, will government step in to say?
Actually, anything that gives high returns, exceptionally unthinkable returns, the risk level is also high. So if you venture into the crypto market, the risks over there is 10 times the risks involved in stock market. And even stock market, when you go to brokers, will tell you that if that money is your surviving money, don't play with it. It's a bit of lotto, but you see, like the way you have the national lottery and you have the banker to banker. Called stock exchange, the national lottery, is backed by the state. The banker to banker is backed by Starr original, who can then fly away, close his office at any time. So those are the kind of risk level. So the reward and returns from Asari, when they are paying you 20 Ghana cedis, you take 20 Ghana, you get 500. Asari, you get 520. So you're gonna look at the risk level. Anything that grants you that exceptional return will always have exceptionally high level of risk. So it's about whether you want to take that risk, you accept that risk. Please, if you take your rent money, it happened to someone. Look, someone was supposed to pay us some money. He got his money, put a 3,000 pounds straight into one Swiss financial investor. The person couldn't pay the rent. I mean, we needed to let him go. I get me. It was a risk he took. So if you're going to pay your rent, your food money, your baby milk money, you're a single mother, your partner or someone has given you money, you need to buy baby food, and someone tells you crypto, you can make money overnight, go and put it. Please, it's a risk you are taking. Be ready. You basically be ready to.
If you have high blood pressure,
get your insulin and everything close to you, and then if you can have someone who can give you CPR, let them be close to you. And at the same time, get a champagne bottle. because it might go either way. Whichever way you go,
you are prepared for it.
But if I know and it's my daughter and my son, you put your money in crypto, I'm coming out for you. You know?
Well, it's interesting.
The risk is high. The risk is high, but the returns are also high. Yeah.
Well, they say life is full of risks. So
That's
somebody
it.
think that, well, if I do it, I will die. If I don't do it, let me just. But think twice before you go or you embark on that. Okay, let's come to the UK where we're talking about loss of jobs. 2,450 from Dorothy Perkins and Boohoo, and the fact that the governor of the Bank of England was saying that, well, he sees that the economy is going to, bounce back.
Yeah, it will bounce back because actually, what we're looking at. The AstraZeneca vaccine is a twofold situation. Now it is one of the vaccines that are giving clear evidence of a reduction in what you call a transmission. That is clear evidence. At the same time, we are being told that the efficacy level to fight other variants is very low, and the company are working on it. That by autumn they should come together. So you're looking at two scenarios over here. Now, all we do know is that the vaccines are to a large extent reducing, serious illness
from the virus. Yeah,
which means that we're getting to a point where businesses will begin to open up because the fear of death, the fear of people contracting it, weakening labor. People have trained staff. Sometimes it takes years to accumulate the kind of experience some working people do have. So if you expose those staff to such a risk level, you also are getting to a point where you are telling us that you are increasing your risk level, your staff retention and other things. You have now to recruit, to train and other. So we're going to get to a point where vaccine will make it possible for a lot of people to get back to work. Yes, we know people work from where they are, their homes now, but again, that is also pushing pressure on a high street. Coffee shops are closing. People who might go
bookshop in the corner also selling the stationery.
So economically, directors who have to take businesses, will have to take decisions. Government might have to come with a bit of incentive. It's okay. Laws will again be changing. If you have staffs that disproportionately work from home, probably your corporate tax level might have to rise. Than someone who, as a direct result,
back to the office and
we are in a different era, different territories. In my view, we need to be thinking on our foot. Policymakers, governments, you have to be thinking on our foot, because at the end of the day, I started probably my corner shop at banks because I know that bank area. People come during break. They buy coffee, they buy tea, wasabi or whatever restaurant that they've just opened near the bank. They all rely on the workers at bank. You go to what they call a mortgage, the Marks and Spencer shop over there stock exclusively high level of what they call it shirts. Or official shirts. You don't see a lot of things that you see in, let's say, Louisa, Marks and Spencer. Fully suits, what you call it, shirts, and those high profiles, because those who work in those areas, those are the kind of things that they go for. Now, should most of these people stop going to work around those areas, you're collapsing down those businesses to a large extent. The taxi businesses in those areas, the restaurant businesses in those areas. JP Morgan might decide, because whether you are home or you are at work, the same output is what we're getting, or probably less. Why don't you work from home? The taxpayer or the government will then have to come and say, okay, if you're working from home, you are depriving the taxi driver of income. You are depriving the high street of income. And therefore, you actually keeping what you should be spending more, and therefore we're going to tax you more to be able to support some of these people. So policy wise, you're going to see a lot of things changing going forward, and I'll be surprised if we do not hear some of these changes on in the coming budget next month. Already talks of Amazon, what they call it, eBay and other things being taxed heavily. It's on the table, partially because Essos, Boohoo, are contributing factors to the collapse of Debenham Talk Shop and other things. Because we switched our design. What they've done, we do not know where their staffs are based fully. Now the landowner or the landlord of those buildings have been deprived of income now. The cleaner who goes there have been deprived. London Transport and Bank System who would have taken money from a cleaner who is going to clean those shops have also been deprived. So there are a lot of trickle down effect for every action. It is about how the policymakers takes that now and balance the equation. But the economy bounce, but it's not going to ever be the same again. Yeah.
Okay, listeners. Interesting times here in the UK. 11:43 from the hearts of London. Now, interestingly, I saw a story this morning because I was monitoring some of the stories making the rounds on the news, and then there was this headline that they're going to grant amnesty, vaccine amnesty to illegal immigrants. Now, when I saw that, I was saying, okay, good in a way, but then I became skeptic once again because. Now you're talking about, behind the scenes, we're talking about people who are reacting negatively to the vaccine. Now, if somebody you say because they are illegal, they don't have any, they can't go to the hospitals and those things. And if somebody's listening to one and said, okay, because of the work that I'm doing, I need to get this vaccine, and the person goes and gets the vaccine and is reacting negatively to it, can the person go to the hospital? What is going to happen? So it's quite a tricky thing.
Again, that's a very vast area that when announcements are being made, I think people have to again raise voices as to what protection you have for these people. Are you sure that the vaccines that the illegal immigrants are going to take are the same vaccines, or you are injecting them to death? A lot of, this is the negative thinking that a lot of people might consider before stepping forward. It's a tough area, but again, you raise a very important question, which I think we all have to put our eyes and our ears on the ground to see what they are doing, because these are again our brothers, our sisters, our friends, and our family members.
Yeah. Okay, well, a word to a wise is always enough, and we hope that you've listened to us and you will see. You advise yourself accordingly. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, moving on to some other parts of the world. In Myanmar, please, Myanmar, please, to protesters leave or face force. Now, over the weekend, the protest has been going on. People on the streets. Though the military junta, as they call them, have virtually cut all the social media platform transmissions, and also they've also disconnected internet for them. However, the protest is going on. Do you think it's going to bring about any change this time around?
Let's see how far. We saw Egypt coming down. We saw its protests having effect in Zimbabwe. We saw it in Sudan. We saw again. Is it Somalia or Sudan? One of those countries where we had Dave Bashir.
Sudan.
Who was having, Sudan. And then we saw it in Tunisia and many other countries. So the protests have potential, but it is not a guarantee, as we saw in Hong Kong, that protests did not actually result in a change of position. They played with position. They want to introduce it now, we don't want to introduce it now, and those kind of things, but ultimately did not achieve the results that the protesters were looking at. We see what is happening in Russia now. Now the question is, will they achieve the results over here? Actually, we don't know.
Okay, we hope to see, but I hope that they vamp it all up somewhere, somehow. We see what happened from there. Haiti judge among 23 arrested for coup attempt. Now, the story says that the president of Haiti says an attempt to kill him and overthrow the government has been foiled amid a dispute over when his term ends. At least 23 people were arrested, including a top judge and a senior police officer, the authorities said. President Jovenel Moïse insists his term in office ends in February 2022, but opponents say it's finished on Sunday. Now, protesters took to the streets of the capital, Port-au-Prince, and other towns over his refusal to step down. There were clashes with police who responded with tear gas. Now, we cannot accept that Giovanni Moise violates the constitution of the country, said one protester, Etienne Jean Daniel. We demand that the constitution be respected. Now we have constitutional crisis that goes on. Now here we are seeing one. We saw one in Ivory Coast where the president was saying that the constitution was changed, and because of the changes, he is reading a different, he's putting a different reading to it, and various places. So now, if these people in Port-au-Prince or Haiti and some way somehow, give a dog a bad name and hang it, so they'll find means to do so. The fact that he's supposed to step down on Sunday, that's yesterday, but failed to do so, and then just go on to arrest people. Now, when it comes to this constitutional crisis, what do we do actually?
Archie, we also have a responsibility as people, and to learn and know more about our constitution, because I think certain interpretation of the constitution should be a matter that the public should know. For instance, what are the term of a president ends in the US? It's something that constitutionally is knowledge. It's something that everybody knows. When does a president term ends in Nigeria? It's something that we know. So it has nothing to do with what do you call it? It is left, it is right, or it is the interpretation of the constitution should be something the Haitians should know. So if that is it, and he wants to interpret it differently, like the way we saw done in Gbagbo, probably he might have been inspired by Gbagbo. What they call it? Ouattara. Probably he might have been inspired by that. I find it very, very, very unfortunate and disturbing. If that is the case, then the citizens, in my view, have every right possible to defend themselves, because every constitution, to my knowledge, makes provision for its defense. Now, is the judge being arrested because he might have interpreted the constitution the way that the president didn't like? Like the way what similarly happened in Mali. Are you getting me? So, actually, these are people who want to get to power, want to remain in power, and for me, I will support every protest that want to support democracy.
Well, we'll see what happens on that front. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. At 12:45, we'll be having HRH Linda Pallien all the way from Cyprus joining us on Career 101. So make a date with us when she joins in. We did talk about a number of jobs that were going down, and therefore there's a need to know how to revamp yourself and make yourself sellable and get yourself still going on. It's not the end of the world. There is still hope at the end of the tunnel. So make sure you tune in to listen to that program when it comes your way. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, when it comes to the Iranian sanctions that was placed by the US, now Joe Biden has come in. Some were thinking that he's more diplomatic. They say he's more of a negotiator and all that stuff. So Iran might be thinking that, well, he's going to take his foot off the accelerator and just slow the whole thing down. Apply the brakes so that there will be some of the sanctions will be lifted. However, he's gone on to say that U.S. President Joe Biden says he will not lift economic sanctions against Iran until it complies with the terms agreed under 2015 nuclear deal. But Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei said Tehran would only return to compliance if the US first lifted all economic sanctions. The 2015 deal sought to limit Iran's nuclear program, with sanctions eased in return. The former President Donald Trump, however, withdrew the US from the deal in 2018 and reimposed sanctions, leading Iran to roll back on a number of its commitments. We know that the enrichment program now, Iran has gone on to enrich itself, and it's just a matter of time that they will have nuclear if they choose to do so. But the stance by Biden, as we know, is more of he has got a diplomatic skills than Trump has. Trump wielded a very strong arm and was able to use that to also cause people to change their minds or their stance. What do you think this
Actually, the commitment, it was Biden was involved in that negotiation. During their term in office. So it's not surprising to hear him say he's going to work with. In fact, those are some of the indications that people had, and that's why if you look at the world leaders, especially they thought, and the Europeans, they thought Biden would be a better choice when it comes to the presidency of the United States of America than what they call it, Trump, because a lot of agreements that were supposed to hold the world peace together were being threatened by Trump specifically. Actually, what we're likely to see is a walk back of the nuclear program, or a halt at least, but we need commitment. Iran will have to commit that we're ready to go back to where we believe the agreement should have been, and the US also have to respect the commitment and the promise they made to the Iranians by lifting some sanctions. If that can be agreed, rectified, and say, okay, this is a path forward again, we will do that. But if I were in a round shoe, I will need a guarantee that we do not vote in another person in future who will come and play with what in effect or essentially is an internationally binding agreement. I cannot be doing back and front to achieve my goal, because at the end of the day, I've indicated that my nuclear science program is to help me basically build energy efficiency. They say, and if you're putting sanctions on me, it means that the resources that I will need if the nuclear was not there to make sure my economy grows, or my economy, the energy level goes, you deprive me of it. I will revert back to the alternative, which will be to develop a nuclear program that has the capability of probably providing me energy, as to what they are saying, whether they are true or not. That's what they are saying. So if in that agreement it can be that one country pulling out does not necessarily mean that the sanctions can again be placed on Iran. If I were Iran, that is one thing I will be demanding, so that we do not have a Trump face of the agreement again.
But you remember that during Trump's and the latter part of this, they killed one of the top scientists for them. Do you think that has a role? I mean, they're going to be looking at that and say, yeah, you did that to us. And
no, I don't think it will be in their interest to go back to that. I don't think it will be in their interest to be demanding that, because someone was, so I don't think they will be, going to that level.
Okay, listeners, Starr Radio. You can find out one from the US before we go. Now, President Joe Biden has said his predecessor, Donald Trump, should not be given access to intelligence briefings because of his erratic behavior. Now, the US has a tradition of allowing former presidents to be briefed on the nation's security issues as a courtesy extended by the incumbent. So it's a courtesy. They will just want to let you know some of what is happening.
One thing we don't know is whether Trump allowed that briefing to be given to Obama.
Well, Obama has not come to.
We do not know. We do not know that. Now, on this specific issue about Trump's behavior, I quite agree that if I were in Biden's shoes, I'll be careful how he's briefed. Do not forget, initially, even Trump denied the state to brief Biden about the security thing.
During the transition time,
Is it a payback time? I don't think so. But potentially, what Trump could do is that, especially after being accused of insurrection, I don't think it should be right to be giving him those privileged information at this stage.
But what if he's cleared in the Senate for that trial? Though he's been, I
think that it has to be a judgment as to the state of mind he is at each point in time. Are you going to just give him information and tomorrow you see it on Twitter?
Now
you do not. Now he's
just to undermine you as well.
So actually, I'll be very, very careful. I will be very, very careful.
Okay, listeners, Star Radio UK. 3 minutes to the top of the hour at a time. We'll be going to Africa. But let's take a quick break. We come back, we go to Africa. Somalia has missed a key deadline to hold a presidential election on the 8th of February, plunging the country into political uncertainty. The first term of incumbent President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo ends on Monday, that's today. Talks between the federal government and regional states on how to proceed with elections collapse on the 5th of February. What is going to happen there? Is it going to be like what is happening in Haiti or what? This and a lot more coming your way. Stay tuned and don't you go away. Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
During the time of lockdown, we recognise that young people among us could be vulnerable and subject to abuse. This is why Amicus, an organisation that advocates against child sexual abuse, is here to assist the vulnerable amongst us. We have lined up an exciting and educative programmes that can be of help to you. Please check out our website on www.amicus.org for updates of programme. Enjoy a live chat with our team members for advice. Our online counsellors are also available to advise you and signpost you to the right governmental departments. You can reach us on 033 01 33 2415 or email us at info@amicus.org. Confidentiality is key. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Star Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. Of darkness.
So what did that
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Star Radio.
Yes, welcome back to the program. It is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 12:01. The lines are open if you want to join in, from the crypto to the loss of jobs and to what is happening in the US, and as we've got into Africa as well. You want to share with us anything on that front, feel free to do so. Call us on 0208 133 2257 or 580208 133 2257 or 58. In US or Canada, it is 001 718 303 2737. 001 718 303 2737. On our WhatsApp or text number is 075 3966 1744. 075 3966 1744. 4. Our Twitter handle is Starr Radio UK, and the email address is info@starradiouk.com. Get in touch. You can also Skype at us. Our Skype ID is Starr Radio UK 1. Starr Radio UK 1. You can just Skype us on that front. Okay. With me in the studio, my apologies, is Mr. Frank Davis. I'm Archie, and we continue with the program. But get in touch. Frank is still here. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere.
We are here, like later.
Okie dokie. Now let's bring you what is happening in Somalia. So Somalia has missed a key deadline to hold a presidential election on 8th of February, plunging the country into political uncertainty. I mean, it goes on. Now the question is, we had a situation in Congo where they were supposed to have election, but with all the minerals and that is coming from that country, they were saying that they didn't have money for election. So they didn't prepare. I mean, if I know that in a year's time, my rent, I will have to pay rent, which if not, I'll be thrown out of the. Then I need to put things in place to prepare ourselves. Now, do you think our leaders at times take us for fools, or is it true that they cannot put anything aside to see to something that could bring about uncertainty in the country?
Yeah, actually, it's a very tough situation to look at, in my view. Which again provides us an opportunity to rethink about our elections. We know in this country elections are not as expensive as they are in the US. Some candidates raise more money than political parties spent in this country to actually take part in the same election process. But elections in the UK are one of the most what do you call it, transparent elections so far that you can talk of, and less litigation apart from a few that you see ballot and those kind of goods names and a few of that. But I do not see the flamboyant kind of expenditure that even in Africa country you see being displayed. So is it about time we start everything as to whether we can leverage for now the powerful forces of technology to be able to minimize the cost that how much money we put in elections. Election administration will have to be looked at. But actually, if the law says you swore to uphold the constitution as a president, and part of that constitution says that elections must be held at 4 years interval, it's your responsibility to ensure it. Don't come and tell us we don't have money when you've had money to fuel your cars, buy more cars, and other things. At least there should be a sense of responsibility and duty. Don't use that as an excuse to entrench yourself in power. The issue about is that Somalia that is it Somalia?
Somalia. Somalia.
Okay. I think there's an issue. They were expecting foreigners or development partners to pump money, which has been the case. Most African countries will read their budgets and apportion a section to what they expect. But here we are, if you look at, let's say, UK, for instance, that has been support of some of these movements, some of these elections, some of this. Over the last 12 months, what they've done with their development aid budget was to rechannel that money into what they call COVID vaccine. So they channeled almost 1 billion into research into COVID budget. So if you're in Somalia and you expect that UK promised us 20 million and therefore we're waiting that it's not going to come. And that is the problem that we face. Again, we look at what is the purpose of power. In this country, for instance, we saw a situation where the mayoral elections were supposed to be held last year, May. But there was a consensus that in the interest of all of us, let us extend the term of the office, the term the mayor was supposed to be in the office for 1 year, to allow for us to have a bit of deal with this pandemic, which is what they've done. Are you getting me? Could we have agreements like that across board, even where elections are not being held? If that is the case, before those agreements are agreed, can we have a situation where we have unity governments or unity government that should be in place when there's emergency, so that yes, your term of office expired yesterday.
Yeah.
You not leave in the office, but your cabinet and everything, they are welcome to, and you are forming the new cabinet, which will include
the opposition,
in what do you call
stakeholders,
bring them on board. I think if we go on that path, we might have solutions to some of these problems, because I do not believe in, again, that where we are confronted with an emergency situation and we have 10,000, we should be using that to print papers, campaign, whilst people are dying. It doesn't make sense. But we should also not be seeing that because we are in power, we are using that as an advantage to basically kill off the other people who might be interested in the various positions. No.
Because the opposition party are saying that from today they are not recognizing him as the president any longer.
And they are actually invoking the spirit of the constitution, which they are 100% right. Yeah,
we hope that things work. I mean, nicely. They don't misbehave, because they could call riots.
They need to dialogue about this, and again, it provides us, our constitutions across the continents, of a very fine opportunity where what happens in case or situations such as this, when a president is in office, it gets returned, assuming we are not able to conduct election as a direct result of A, B, C, D, what should be the next course of action? Those are missing in our constitution. I do believe you cannot put a blame on the framers of our constitution, but this time it provides us an opportunity to go back to our constitution. These are some of the constitution should be a living. It's like a living book, which it's not a Bible. Okay, it's not a Bible. It's not a Quran where you cannot insert or change anything. So they are cast in stone. No, that is not it. But constitution should be a living document that must reflect the wishes and aspirations, the practicalities that pertain at each point in time. Yeah.
Do you think that maybe if we have, because people doubt we have this situation, this election petition that's taking place in Ghana now. Now, people are skeptical. They think that the judges, I mean, then we'll come to that, where people are accusing judges of maybe taking some bribes and all that stuff. Okay. Now, do you think that if we had a court or like an African court, okay, that is linked with the AU, so that cases like this can be taken to them for them to interpret it, because they don't have direct interest in that, they would have maybe been fair.
That would be resulting a bit of there are cases that I think will have cross boundary or international, so to say, basically way of dealing with it. Like the African Human Rights Court, for instance, will have jurisdiction to deal and interpret and look into human rights issues across the continent. They have the power to do that. Now, should, for instance, I'm just guessing that, should the president now begin to act in ways that violate human rights of other individuals, I do believe that could provide a solid ground for the jurisdiction of the African Human Rights Court to be invoked. But I am not certain, especially when the various parliaments in the various countries have the power to basically enact laws which, I mean, becomes allies, legislative instruments, and then the Supreme Courts of those countries also have the power to interpret laws in ways that also becomes a bit of instruments of law that we are to be governed by. So basically our laws are derived from three sources: the constitution as we have it, and any amendment that might be made to it thereafter. Then we have the legislative instrument, that's where parliament pass a bill, and the interpretation of the first source of law, which is the constitution, and the laws that have been made by the legislative arm of the government by the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court interprets it in a way, that becomes one way or the other law. Now, all these different states have these arms of in operation. Now, if it comes to constitutional matters, I will find it difficult to basically establish a court that will hold a super constitutional authority over sovereign states.
Oh, okay.
That will be more building a superstructure and taking away the authority by which even your president is elected, in my view, to an external body, which might be difficult in my view. And I believe those are some of the issues which brought about Brexit, where the basically the human rights aspect of certain terrorists and whatever, it's full. We know that the Farage and others use it to drag home their campaign for a Brexit. But I'm not saying it's some. They should look at it, but I personally, I'll find it very difficult. Yeah.
Okay, that's what Frank thinks. What do you also think? Join us. You can call us and make your voices heard. It is Starr Radio UK. I think now we are getting very hot here.
Listeners, you don't know what happened.
Okay. We go on with the program. Let your voice be heard. Let your voice be heard. Let me say it that way, or let me put it that way. Interesting times in Somalia or on the African continent. Now, we have a family friend who was a judge in Gambia. I've forgotten the name. Growing up, where he was a judge there. Do you think that maybe that will help us a bit? Because we have skepticism when it comes to judges. Who say, he some way somehow. You cannot say any of them is void of political affiliation. Everybody's got a bit of political affiliation here and there. Maybe some are very active, others might not be. But do you think that in order to not to have that doubt that they actually look at the facts to arrive at maybe a ruling, or maybe it was influence, or do you think we need to get more foreign? Because in Ghana, I don't think there is any foreign judge there. No.
I don't think we need foreign judges, to be honest with you. I'll be the last to endorse a foreign judge in any of our constitutional courts. I've always opposed foreigners' interference too much in our affairs, especially if you look at what is happening at the central bank. I think it's unjustified. We'll still have the U.S. authorities having a seat, so to say, in our treasury. I find it very, very uncomfortable, and I do not think that having a foreign judge on our case or in our constitution it will be an insult, in my view, that we cannot administer what do you call it? We cannot govern ourselves, and law that is supposed to be a tool to help regulate the way we behave and the way countries are governed, we cannot seem to get away. I think what we should be pushing is institutions or transparency in these institutions, advocating for punishment for people who could be found to have violated the rules as provided for, and then making sure that we strengthen those institutions, calling people and shaming them when need be. That will be what we should advocate. We should push for the institutions to work better. Look, having been appointed by Akufo-Addo does not mean that Akufo-Addo should be in you when you are sitting on a bench. Okay? Having been appointed by Mahama does not mean that your mind should be taken off you and put Mahama's brains in you. For me, that is a disgrace. When facts are found, don't say because it's Akufo-Addo, it's fact, but there should not be bad. A fact is a fact, irrespective of who has appointed. If we can get our institutions to work without fear of favor, and institutions to work without fear of intimidation, be impartial to a large extent, unless we get to a point where we know ideologically, like I'll keep on saying, if a judge believes that abortion, for instance, is wrong, and they are put, and we know publicly that that is their standard, ideology, and they are put there to basically adjudicate or help adjudicate, and in their submission or in their statements or in their ruling, they make it clear that this is what they believe. I think that can be accepted.
Yeah,
I mean, we see it in the US always,
yeah.
where we know that when you see this judge over there is an anti-abortion.
You take that case there, you know for sure
that is it. You might argue also about their influence to a large extent, but when you tell me that this thief has stolen something that belongs to Felix, but because he wears this political shirt, and I've been appointed by this political shirt, although I see the color blue and white, I see the color gold, green, and this thing, I think that color green is violet. Are you get me? They'll change your space and you still saying that
you can see it blue, I see it violet.
That for me is where we should be kept. Facts should remain facts. Interpretation, but facts should remain facts.
Okay, facts should remain fact. Now, interestingly, the unrest in Nigeria seems to be going on. Now, over the weekend, we have people who have been abducted and others killed as well. We have up to about 90 people who have been killed in Ogun State, Kaduna State, my apologies, in Kaduna State. And it goes on. And we have the issue where the Nigerians are promising to support Mozambique. So you see the problem. It's not like maybe at the moment things are calmer, but it's ongoing. Now, if you're a Nigerian, you are here listening to all this. I mean, how do you feel? What is the government doing?
Archie, Africa is a country where I call it's a continent with its own troubles. I think we got Kofi Ali.
Yeah.
Let's go to him because let's go to Kofi Ali and we'll come back to him.
Okay. Good afternoon, Kofi.
So good afternoon, Archie and Frank. How are you all?
Yeah, we're doing very, very well. And you? Oh, Kofi's line is dropped. Okay, Kofi, call us back. We don't know what happened to your line. Kofi will call us back. Okay, Frank, whilst we wait for Kofi, so with that story from Nigeria and the fact that they are promising to help others, and
I mean, it's good to be a brother to help others, but in my view, I think Nigeria must demonstrate their commitment and their competence level helping others fight some of these terrorists when they have terrorists in their own yard. It's good. They might want to give them a bit of money. And again, it's good. They might want to send a bit of SS army if they do have if they have it. That is also showing love to a brother, which we must all stand for. I mean, our neighbors. That's what they are doing. But if Mozambique is going to rely on Nigeria to see Nigeria as what they call it, heaven, angels descending from heaven to help them fight their terrorist case.
Then they'll be looking at the wrong place.
I think they'll be looking at the wrong place. I mean, then they can share experience. They can share a bit of help. I acknowledge that and I accept that and we congratulate Nigerian for that. But Nigeria must demonstrate that those experiences are actually working. It's like COVID organics. You must demonstrate that it's actually curing you. If it's not curing you and you want to supply it to me, well, they gave COVID organic to Nigeria, didn't they?
So Nigeria is also giving them criminal organic. Okay, let's see what happens on that front. Well, listen, let's start ready. UK 12:21 at 12:45. I will be joined by HRH Linda Pallien. So if you want to call in, please call in now. Kofi, your line dropped. We don't know what happened to that, but we hope that you are able to reconnect. Well, the Supreme Court case goes on in Ghana, but Muntaka has retracted, apologizes for bribery allegations against Supreme Court judge. The Member of Parliament for Asawasi, Mohammed Mubarak Muntaka, has apologized and retracted bribery allegations against the justice of the Supreme Court. The minority chief whip, after the election of the Speaker of Parliament, alleged that a Supreme Court judge had called a female NDC MP to influence her to vote in for Professor Aaron Michael Quay. So shamefully, a Supreme Court judge calls a colleague lady, telling her what they will give her. She had children. They will help her take care of her children. She can take fuel from a filling station for the 4 years. Should she vote for Professor Okwei? Now, Muntaka had earlier stated in an interview on Joy News. Now, as to whether that story is true or not, is another thing. But in a statement on Saturday, Muntaka said, admittedly, because I did not specifically name any judge, this may have had the effect of scandalizing the judiciary in its entirety. This unintended consequence is deeply regretted. I therefore wish to respectfully retract some of the and apologize for the harm done to the image and reputation of my Lord Justices of the Supreme Court and judiciary as a whole. Now, this is a statement that he made.
Yeah.
Now, like I said earlier on, as whether that was true, and the lady MP in question was promised all that stuff.
Yeah.
For him to come back to retract, then we have a problem.
Yeah, we do. Is that Kofi?
Yeah, I think we've got Kofi. So let's go to Kofi and then we'll come back to that story. Yes, Kofi, welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I ran out of battery. And
okay. Okay.
It's my fault.
Okay, that's all right.
Thank you very much. I have some concerns. We are talking about facts. Now, when we are talking about facts, are we also making allowances for differences that are very important enough for us to be able to look at things critically? Or we are just saying, this is the fact and that is it?
Kofi, facts are facts and interpretation of facts will differ.
Now let us come to... let's come.
So if this is a Nokia phone, the fact remains that it's a Nokia phone. As to how the Nokia phone is able to work, as to how efficient it is, that is a judgment call that individuals will have to make.
Okay. Let's come back to the issue of these facts and situations. It's a fact that apple and pineapples are all fruits.
Very much so.
Good. Now, are apples and pineapple the same thing?
No, they're not.
Now you can see. Let us look critically at, we know United States of America, United Kingdom and Ghana are all countries. Is that not true? In these countries you have governments. Is that not true?
We do.
Are these three countries the same? Or there are differences in this, in fact, three countries?
Kofi, they cannot be the same.
Good. So, when you're talking about United States of America, you are talking about the authority which you always refer to at the central government level of almost 350 million people.
Right.
Of 50 or 51 states, they say.
Yeah, as a sovereign state.
As a sovereign. Each unit, no. The states are not sovereign.
They are. The federal government, the United States of America is a sovereign state.
You are not getting me right. The member states.
Now the various states in the U.S. are not sovereign.
Yeah,
they are not sovereign.
No.
The sovereign one, which is the authority of Washington.
Yeah.
Good. Yet you have these 51s out there, uniquely with high level of autonomy, doing their own business.
Yeah.
Technologically and scientifically advanced.
Yeah.
When you go to Britain, which is a bit closer to what we have in Ghana,
right?
You have one. Forget about the fact that you are dealing with a kingdom. There is a union of 4 countries.
Yeah.
So the way the United States of America will, each state will call themselves a country. They call themselves a government. But they are not sovereign. Everybody knows where sovereign lies.
Yeah.
When you go to Britain with 65 million people, you have the Scottish government, the Northern Irish government or country, a nation. You have the Welsh nation and state and government, and you have the one England.
Yeah.
Though England do not have direct what they call it specific office to say that this office belongs to the what they call the English government.
Yeah.
What you have is the common government that controls the whole of the United Kingdom, which is the Westminster government. That doesn't take away the fact that their devolved powers allow the various components to do what they want to do, but not sovereign acts. While the sovereign decisions are here. Is that not true?
Yeah.
Good. When you go to Ghana, which is a perfect example, so what you are having in the United Kingdom is what some of us will call a blend of federalism and unitary system of government. Highly developed and advanced. With America, we're talking about 200 years of efforts. Britain, you'll be talking about 2,000 years. It's just as far as you want to go. Now you have Ghana, a unitary state. The central, everything is central. There is nothing in official form recognizing any group apart from the indigenous nations. Any group, recognizing them as formal part or decision of government. And then you have one small parliament. And that parliament, you have one small, so you have a sovereign authority there, sovereign state there, sovereign government as far as Ghana is concerned. Then you come to say that, okay, these three important differences, 63 years old independent colony, right, and highly technologically underdeveloped. We are going to sit down, come rain, come shine, to absolutely want everything we do in a country where 75 to 80% of what we consume are imported. We go deep into debt. We have one of the highest level of not just poverty but illiteracy. The nation as a whole is totally underdeveloped. Then are we going to say that we want to sit down, we alone, to say we have taken people's money, we have done this, and they are interested in how we manage our economy, and we are saying that we don't want them to even step near our bank. We want to decide everything. Do you think we are being fair to ourselves and our
we basically are confused about, personally I'm confused about the direction, because when you're talking at the bank level, are you linking it to the cryptocurrency issue? Are you talking about administration, about the president, about the term of office?
I'm talking about the Bank of Ghana. Let's use one institution for example, because we even got to a point saying that we don't want anyone to interfere in our judiciary system.
Kofi, are you talking about, let me get you clear. Are you talking about, the fact that personally I said I wouldn't want any interference from the foreigners to come in? Is that what you are saying? Is that the angle? Okay, let me address you this. Kofi, in my view, when we call ourselves sovereign states, there are certain aspects of our sovereignty that we can do by ourselves without necessarily and duly getting people to overburden us. We know for now we still get budgetary support, and even our education, hospitals and other things are still being supported. That said, does not mean that adjudication or administration of justice, which are the very, very heart of how we are governed, should again be something that we are told what to do. That personally I oppose it. Secondly, if it comes to issue about how our currencies are managed and other, apart from, yes, I've always maintained that yes, we go to agreements and other things that could influence decision we make, but to specifically say that you're sending an official from the federal state government to come and be at the Bank of Ghana to be monitoring the inflows and outflow to determine which money is allowed, as I had an experience, first-hand knowledge of money moving from Syria to Ghana that was bounced back. I do have a bit of a problem with that, because it is not in anyone's place to tell us, oh, this money is good, this money is not good. That should be a judgment call by our institutions.
Yes, and what probably you are failing to realize is that what is the debt of Ghana?
No, we are not talking about the debt level over here.
I think you don't see the connection. Be patient here.
Yeah.
The
connection does, because the debt level has to do with the management of resources.
No. The debt level is because we cannot be able to manage our own affairs properly.
No, that is exactly what I'm saying, that the management of resources.
Be patient.
Yeah.
You then go and borrow everything to build everything.
Kofi, you're getting two arguments wrong. Don't miss the two arguments. None of us has questioned the management and the help consultancy that they give. No. I am saying what we are talking about over here, that look, for someone to be deciding for you where to take money from.
You see, what maybe we don't know what HIPIC means. As soon as you commit yourself to HIPIC or to that level, highly indebted nation, because we're a country, that's why we are left alone. What we have committed ourselves to almost 30 years ago is that we now need supervision to manage our own affairs. That is the implication. This is why they are coming in, because those who are putting in the money, they want to get their money back and interest. And they are interested in how you are managing the economy. When you say economy, it's just the bank, it's the farm, it's everything. The money going and coming, how you set up everything. So when we then sit down, we say, look, what we want to do here is to get ourselves out of this mess. However, we need to understand what we are getting ourselves out of properly, rather than throwing tantrum, saying that, look, we don't want this. Of course, we all don't want it, but that's the reality of the situation on the ground. The Americans will send federal agents into our bank. You are really lucky they are not sending it into our mother's houses. So we should understand the problem we are in, because people will put ahead to lead us are pretending they are capable of solving this problem. And the rest of us are calling them corrupt and greedy criminals. And they are also busy acting. Meanwhile, this problem is not what they can solve. So if we cannot solve the problem, we need to understand, when you have courts, your political system, economy has failed, and you want a court to be full of angels? That's the next question. Our Supreme Court, we want to fill it with angels when the political area side and the economic of the nation is on its knees. In a country where we are all aware, judges take goats before they pass, and these are the judges who goes through the rank to get to the Supreme Court level. What are we talking about here? This is why we are saying that maybe we need to go back, all of us, and look at the fundamental challenge. How can you have local authorities in Ghana to work when the land asset is in the hands of the so-called traditional overlords? Local governments in Ghana don't have land. Maybe you and I are not aware. Have we talked about how do you strengthen that kind of institution? That the chiefs are all over the place collecting money from people, claiming they sell the land. They are doing what they like. They even decide the kind of development that local authority elected, people elected and appointed professionals, the work they have to do. You have tribal leaders, ethnic leaders, all over the place in the name of their gods. Most of you call yourself Christians. They go in and they are deciding our fate and destiny. And the banks, the courts, no one institution in Ghana, mention that institution in Ghana that is working. We are not talking about institutions that are pretending to be working. We are talking about institutions that you can look at it and say, wow, that one is working. Mention one. Then what are we talking about? So to me, if we are serious, yes, we can be able to develop to a level where we can say that this is our court, and that court must be absolute in its decision making. However, we must also understand there is a standard. There is a standard. And we must have an overseer. Even within Ghana, we have overseers. The Supreme Court are above the High Court. The High Court is about the Magistrate Court. The Magistrate Court is about the County Court. But we call ourselves sovereign authority and sovereign nation. And here we are struggling as if we are not sovereign. Is it not, if Scotland, is all right for Scotland to want to be sovereign, only to go enjoy European Union and give away that sovereignty. Why is Ghana holding on to this hopeless independence that Kwame Nkrumah said will be meaningless unless it's linked with the total liberation at that time United States of Africa? Why are we now pretending forever and ever we are not going to change the way we are going to go? We will go to the last when it's obvious that the only thing we are doing is failing. Mr. Frank.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I think you have serious questions to answer.
Because you see, Kofi, you know what, we can look at this differently, and we can decide to lump them together, or we can decide to tackle them one by. I mean, what we were talking about this morning was looking at some specifics, and we're dealing with those specifics, and those comments I think will remain so specifically. If you're looking at the whole holistic nature, I don't think this morning program will be able to look at it, how even the food that we give or the feeds that we give chickens are not all of them are being produced in Ghana, and therefore even the consumption of our chicken to some extent is also being influenced to a point where even chemicals that we put to cleanse our water is not all of them. That you go to our restaurant, you even go to eat banku, and they give you a toothpick that is imported from China, when we have bamboo that can be harvested and do a toothpick with. So those are issues that we might have to look at on a broad level. But when it comes to specific, I think I still stand by my comments.
Yeah. You see, the specifics, when we talk about specific, they are the segmented part of the whole. I don't know whether you agree with me.
Kofi, we are not in a lecture hall, so we have to communicate.
You know,
to the public.
he's been a teacher, a lecturer, so it comes out every time.
What I am worried about is that not that we don't talk. We talk every day.
Yeah.
If you go to the social media, you will see.
And that is why in dealing with things, we have to simplify them to make sure we go to, what the facts are, how we look at them, and what can be done. We limit those arguments to that, unless we want to talk about the standard version of stuff. What we provide at each point in time is a bit of summary of a summary.
Yes, in as much as I agree with that line of thought, it looks like we are.
So, Kofi, your way forward when it comes to judiciary, what will you expect? Because we're looking at how judiciary, whether we should be independent or not. Is it your case? Is it the case that you are proposing that we should have foreigners on our judiciary benches?
What
is that? What? No, is that? No. I'm asking you a question. Will you vote? This is a yes or no answer. Will you prefer?
It's yes.
Kofi, you are in the witness box. You cannot argue. I put it to you that today we do not have foreigners on our bench. Do you agree that we should have foreigners on our bench? Yes or no?
On our bench.
Yeah, on our benches, our judicial benches.
Foreigners on our bench.
Yeah. Will you prefer or no? Okay. So that means that you agree that as independent countries we should be building our institutions. I put it to you that you agree. Yes.
As independent country, as independent country. That you see, you have asked me two questions.
No, Kofi, you are in the witness box.
No.
Kofi, Kofi, you are in the witness box. I am suggesting to you, based on your admission, that you do not want foreigners to be on our bench. I further put it to you that by that admission, you are saying that we should build our institution. Yes or no?
Of course, every institution has to be built.
My lord, thank you. That's good. I put it to that, Kofi. You've done well this morning, and we'll be crossing over pretty shortly.
You are turning me into Rojo. Listen to me. Your questions are a bit unfortunate.
No, I mean you are in the witness box, please.
That being in the witness box doesn't give you a license to ask me.
You've just admitted that you already. You've just admitted already. Case closed. The bench have taken notice of your answers.
No. What you see, answer yes or no doesn't solve this problem.
Yeah, but the bench, where the jury, the listeners, public have taken notes of your most important answers.
Whatever they have taken, I think you made a mistake in your interpretation of independence.
There's no interpretation here. I mean, it's a question before the law.
No, hold it to. there's also misunderstanding of interpretation.
Kofi, whatever the interpretation, I mean, the most important thing, in summary, the most important thing is that this morning we have all agreed that it will be better for us to build our institutions.
Yeah.
Which was a question. Hold on, Kofi, hold on. Which was a question that was put directly by the presiding judge, Archie, that today we agree. Everybody, if you're a listener out there and you disagree that we should be building our own institution, you can call us in Kofi. Yes, Kofi.
Be patient with me. I'm moving on now.
We are moving on to in 1 minute, Kofi. Brief words in 1 minute.
You said the last time, right, that the president of Ghana has been appointed. Do you use the word elected? I don't know whether you participated in that election. Has been appointed as the chairman of ECOWAS for another term. Is it true?
Yeah, we said that last Friday. But
if
I think
the
it was
president
on
of
Wednesday.
Ghana has been appointed as a chairman of ECOWAS, then Ghana is a member of ECOWAS member states. Is that true?
We know it's true, Kofi.
If that is true, are you then saying that Ghanaians are citizens of ECOWAS or they are not?
Kofi, we are citizens of ECOWAS area, ECOWAS zone. We are citizens because
what is ECOWAS? So we are citizens of Ghana area.
Yeah,
you are citizens of Ghana area.
Yeah.
You are citizens of Ghana.
Area. Then there's Ghana area.
Kofi, thank you very much.
You see, what we are doing here is that ECOWAS is an institution.
Kofi, let's not
Ghana is an institution of governance. So when you are saying that we don't want anyone to be part of our institution, are you talking about the ECOWAS institution or Ghanaian institution?
Kofi, we are talking about, it was Ghana one that we were talking about.
Why should it be only Ghana? What about ECOWAS?
Okay, we suspend that topic for today and cross over to Cyprus.
Yes, we have to go to Cyprus now because our lady HRH is all lined up for us on Career 101.
Remember what HRH said? She said, you have to unlearn what you know so that you can learn what you need to know.
Okay,
we will unlearn it tomorrow.
We unlearn the composition of ECOWAS and learn what Kofi wants ECOWAS to be. Kofi, thank you so much. Grateful for your submission.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Kofi. Thank you very much. Listeners, it is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. At this juncture, we're going to cross over to Cyprus, where we have HRH Linda Pallien all the way ready for us. She's going to be firing on all cylinders, and therefore stay tuned, don't you go away. But that will be after we take this quick commercial break and we come to you. Stay tuned.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. It's now 12:46 from the hearts of London, and as you know, at this time we are in Cyprus, where the lady herself, HRH Linda Pallien, is all lined up for you this afternoon to bring you Career 101. Linda, let me say good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, doing very, very well. Though cold, yes, but we are still bracing ourselves. Yes, we are doing good. You?
That's good to hear. Yes, I'm doing fantastic. We haven't had any snow yet. Looking forward to a miracle.
Oh, you're looking forward to a miracle. Don't worry, I'll blow some to you. Yeah, it will be getting to you pretty soon. Okie dokie. Yes, so what are we looking at today?
So today we're looking at setting career goals. Certain career goals.
Starting career goal. Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you now. Starting career goals. Clear?
Setting career goals.
Setting or starting?
Setting.
Setting. Okay. Okay. Right. So setting career goals. All right then. Listeners, I'm going to be quiet for some time, and I'm going to allow Linda to bring you all. If you want to set career goals, how you can go about it, so that you know that at the end of the day, you've actually worked on it. Over to you, Linda.
Okay, fantastic. So this has become quite necessary, especially now in a period of uncertainty where it seems that everything that you planned is changing, or you're having to change what you planned, what you studied. Maybe if you studied and you went in the tourism field and it's not working at the moment, what does that leave you with? You know, and can those goals that you set back then when we didn't have the current situation still work for you now? So that's what we're looking at, how to set a goal. Now, why is it important to have a goal? A lot of people start out with, I'm just going to fall into something, or I'm going to apply and get the first thing that lands in my lap. And that might be okay for having a means to an end job. But even so, you need an end game. And why is it important to have an end game? Because you can't hit a target you can't see. You really need to have, at the end of it, what can I say I've achieved? And it doesn't matter how you do it. And by the way, a job or a career is a how. It's not the goal. It's the how you achieve the goal. What the goal is the key thing, and that has nothing. It doesn't have a job title. What it might be, I want to help people that can help themselves. That's a what. That doesn't have a job title, or it has many job titles. Right? You can be a social worker. You can be a finance minister. You can be, and all of these people help other people who can't help themselves. So that's the what. The how is the career. Now, once you found the what, as we've discussed many times on this show, I want to make a difference in the lives of orphan kids, for example. Now, we need to find out how are we going to do this. And to find the how is understanding what your unique skill sets are and how you can apply it into a profitable and worthwhile why. And now I'm making the difference between profitable because it's a career. If it was a charity, then we wouldn't be looking at profit. But because it's your career and it's your vocation, we're looking at how to get paid doing it.
Okay.
So if we take the what, I want to help orphan kids, or I want to make a difference in the world, whatever it is. Your how then is, okay, well, what are the skills that can help me to achieve this goal? It could be I can speak in front of people. It could be I'm good with numbers. It could be I'm very creative and I'm a talented painter. So these are the tools that you can use that you then apply in a career to help you achieve the what, which is the ultimate goal. And I hope that I'm making myself clear.
Yeah.
Like there's a sequence for this. You have the goal, which is the ultimate. Then your career is how you're going to achieve the ultimate goal. Okay. And then when it comes to this, your career, which is the second level we're talking about, it's about communicating that. And everything has an energy. You have to be able to communicate that in a way to rally people behind the what, the goal that you've set for yourself. So in business, that might mean employing the right people and communicating the goal in a way that they understand it, they embody it, and they're willing to do that to help you achieve the goal that you've set for yourself. As an employee, it might be finding a business that matches your what to work for, or finding, if not the business, the manager that you're working for has to have that what goal, because that's where the fulfillment comes from, when you're working towards a goal that you can see or a goal that you believe in. That's going to help you so much. So let's take an example. Someone who's cleaning toilets or working at the train station, and I want to break it down so that you can relate it to your particular situation. So let's say you're cleaning toilets. What's the goal? I want to make a living for my family. That's why I'm doing it. But ultimately, I'm doing my part to make the world a better place. You know, I'm creating a clean environment. And I've often said that the work of a cleaner in a hospital is just as important as a doctor, because if they don't clean it and the doctor comes and works in the dirty environment, you're going to lose the patients anyway. So if you can tie your, what other people will call menial job, to a greater what, or to your greater what the goal is, it will help you to do your job better.
Okay.
And if you can't find what you're working for, a good rule of thumb is asking, so what? So what does that lead to? So what does that lead to? So how does that help? And keep asking yourself that. So I'm cleaning so that I can pay the bills. And when I'm able to pay the bills, so that I can give my family a better life. And if I can give my family a better life, then they can go on to have a peace of mind, to be able to concentrate in school, to be able to be the best versions of themselves. So that's the family, and you keep asking so what until you've got to the end of that. And cleaning that work so that the toilets are clean, so that the staff can have a better place, so that they can do their jobs better, so that so that they can do their jobs better, so that they can reach their target. So I'm helping to make the world a better place. But you have to follow that train of thought all the way to your ultimate why, or your ultimate what of the goal. And that really helps to tie your career now to the ultimate goal. Another way you can apply setting a career goal is what to include in your online profile, your offline profile. Because in careers, you need a profile, whether it's your CV or resume, whether it's your social media, whether it's your LinkedIn, whether it's your portfolio, whether it's your website. All of these goals need to be communicated in that respect, so that you can rally people behind it. And the goal, the aim of having a clear goal is that you can get people that buy into it, or repel the people that don't. So in your social media, why am I putting this picture of my breakfast on my Instagram?
Somebody does that.
Exactly. A lot of people do that. How is that going to help me achieve this greater goal of being seen as the woman of substance that I am, or an ambitious person? And if it doesn't, then don't put it on there. So it helps you to make that decision. If I put this picture of a healthy breakfast, what does that say about me? And how am I going to be perceived? And how's that helping my image? And how's that helping my goal? And you can follow that train of thought, so what, until you come to the conclusion whether it helps the goal or it affects the goal negatively. And then it helps you to make a decision. Same thing with your bio. A lot of people tend to put unnecessary things in your bio, because, and I know this from writing my memoir now, because we're looking at what's important to include and what's not. And we always have to go back to, and this is writing a book, so you can apply it into different aspects. We also have to go to what's the point of the book? What do we want the reader to know? And then you work from that. Does it help them to know that I was born here and I lived this and that? No, how does that help the story? Okay, we cut that out. And it's the same in your CV. If I say I play chess, what does that tell my employer about me? Does that help to show that I have analytical skills or an analytical mind? Or does that still tell them that I'm not able to socialize or work with people? If I say I spend all day playing video games, does it mean that I'm dedicated to the field that I've chosen in programming and AI or gaming? Or does it say that I'm not a team player and actually I prefer my own company and therefore I can't work well in the team? So even if that's true in terms of the video game example, and you're playing with other people from all around the world in a game, then you might want to include that, because then that would exhibit your team player skills. So that's how career planning works, or career goal setting works. You really want to set a goal based on your ultimate why. Why am I doing this? And this is the goal. And then everything that you do you should be able to link it back to the ultimate goal. And now in these uncertain times, in COVID times, where not everything we've planned seems like a sure thing, just remember that whatever you do in this time needs to ultimately help you towards that goal that you set. And the interesting thing is, our career goals don't change, or our ultimate goals don't change. What career you do might change, but the ultimate goal is part of who you are, so that doesn't usually change. That's usually tied up with your values as a person. So if you haven't figured that out yet, it might be a good thing to start working on now. What do I ultimately want to be remembered for? I always do this with my clients, where they write down their legacy before, you write down your obituary. Like somebody was reading this at your funeral, what do you want them to say about you? And then you work your way, you reverse engineer that. Is what I'm doing now stressing about whether I should have used a blue or red pen? Is that going to help people remember me as a happy person or a carefree person? And then you can adjust your attitude that way.
Okay, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to almost 1 o'clock, and we have with us HRH Linda Pallien, and today we are looking at setting career goals. Now, she's mentioned few, someone would say nitty-gritties there, but one of the ones that actually touched me, the latter one, ultimate goals, there are some people who don't have a clue. So they will do a bit of that, and the next moment they're like Rolling Stones, and they do a bit of that, and so you ask them at the end of the day, what do you actually want to achieve, and they're not sure. So we have people who, when people of such nature, when you put you employ them, you have a problem. The little challenge that they have, they think, no, that's not for me, and then they want to leave. So it makes it quite difficult. So how do people discover these goals? How will you, their ultimate goal individually? How do people discover them?
And that's the, let's say, most challenging part. Very necessary, but most challenging. And a lot of people don't take the time to sit down and figure that out for themselves before they go out. It's almost like getting into the car and starting the car before you figure out where you're going. It just takes long, it wastes your fuel, and you drive around for a while before you pick a destination. And you really need to understand, to be able to understand that ultimate goal, you have to sit down and understand what's important to you, and what you would do and what you wouldn't do. It's important to know what you want to do as well as what you wouldn't want to do. It saves you a lot of time in the long run, for sure, to know what you would do and what you wouldn't do. And if you're that person that's hopping around, maybe start with all the things you've started and stopped and why you stopped them. That might give you a clue about what you wouldn't do. And then you can start writing what you would do. Okay. What would make you stay. So actually, this is a good example. I did this with a client who just quit their job. And his reason for quitting the job was the employer was too stingy and they didn't even have good coffee in the workplace.
Interesting.
And for some reason, that really bothered him. And he didn't want to work there. So then good coffee was a non-negotiable for him on his list.
I see.
An employer that would at least afford them some good coffee. for him, that was a sign about how the employer cares about you and whether they respect you enough, or how they see. And then from what you don't want to do, you can figure out what you do want to do.
Yeah.
Work with somebody who genuinely has an interest in me, who invests in me, who will take me on training courses, who will help me climb up and build my career alongside working for them. So sometimes it's not as hard to do as people think it is to figure out the ultimate what. Another important thing about this is a lot of people think that you should have this big altruistic goal of, I want to save the world, and I want to build a charity, and you really don't have to. The fact that it's other people's dreams doesn't mean it should be your dream. If your dream is to be the best mother that you can be to your child, then that's a valid ultimate what, and sometimes that may be staying at home and not working and raising another human being out of love and affection and time that's not going to have any complications later on because they have all of these childhood issues. Then that's okay. And this is another real life example from this weekend where it was almost like she felt guilty that all of these women are like, oh, I'm a working mom and I do this and I do that. And she said, what I really want is to raise a good kid. That's a valid goal, as valid as I want to have a $1 billion company.
Yeah. Interesting. Go on. Yeah.
That was it.
Okay. Now, do you think that we can put a time limit on where people have to, the time that people have to, would have discovered their ultimate goals? Do you think there should be a time limit? Maybe by the time you come from you get to sixth form, you should know exactly what, so you don't waste your time here and there now doing. Do you think there's a need for that?
No.
Okay.
I really think that that is unnecessary pressure that sends people the wrong way. It's almost like saying to someone, you should be married by the age of 30, you should have this. And then when they don't do it, they feel like a failure. But we sort of constantly evolve as people. So maybe something that's important to you then. So for example, if this lady from this weekend's example had, I just want to be a great mother and raise kids, and had that was her goal at 16. And then maybe at 20, when she was ready to have a kid, she realized actually she can't have kids. And she doesn't want to. Then you can change it. So these things are fluid and they can change depending on your circumstance. For example, if you want to be an astronaut, for example, and then you realize that because of some medical condition you would never be able to do it, then you can change that. What I do think, actually, that's a really important point, is by 16, people should have done some introspection, at least that what is your kid interested in. And I think parents should really encourage us early on, for them to explore themselves, to explore other things, and to try as many different things from a young age, because then the more you grow up, you can start to specialize because you've done the introspection young. Now a lot of adults get lost on the way and then go back to the roots to start. So if anything I would advise is that it's never too late to start. From about the age of from 0 to 7, you can sort of observe these natural traits and these paths of genius. From 7 to about 14, 15, you should be encouraging them you should have an idea of what they're interested in, and be encouraging them to pursue different fields. Now, of course, I'm not saying an 8-year-old should start studying astrology and something to operate on, but the underlying skills, if they're analytical, then maybe you can take them on a weekend, an engineering weekend. You can take them on a debate weekend where they have to still analyze arguments, but the analytical skill should be developed, or the critical thinking should be developed. It doesn't matter where they apply it to, but that underlying skill of, they're a very curious child. Maybe we should get them to explore as many facets as possible and see if we can get some clues of where their genius might lie, where they can apply it. Yeah. And then that help them to develop faster. And this is why we have these child geniuses, because their parents take them places or give them materials that other kids don't.
It's very, very true. I mean, that's why in most of you take countries, call them developing countries, you have most talented people, and they just waste away because nobody's been able to unearth what their ultimate goals are, and therefore go place them in, like putting square pegs in a round hole, and it's just waste of time for themselves and the community that they live in. Well, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK, Career 101 with HRH Linda Pallien, and today we've been looking at setting career goals. Now she's put few pointers there for you. We'll be podcasting them at the end of the program, so make sure you go back there to listen to them. It will be live. It's still live on YouTube, Periscope, all the Starr Radio UK social media platforms. Go back there, re-listen to it. It will help you a great deal. But before we run up the discussions, now someone was asking the question, if they've not been able to do all this, they've not been able to say that, in the meantime, what can they do?
In the meantime, start with that introspection of discovering who you are, what you're complimented on, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. Honestly, studying yourself is always the best investment you'll ever make, knowing what you're, because then you can sell it to anybody to do anything. I've seen these films where someone ends up in nowhere and they say, you know what, I'm good with people. I can sell ice to Eskimos or whatever it is, because they know that they're good at something. Yeah. So it's being able to know yourself and then being able to sell that to other people when you need to. Okay. So that you'll never find yourself in a bind, as long as you can rely on those skills and those geniuses and develop and train them. You can do anything within that field and you'll be successful.
Okay. Listeners, HRH Linda Pallien for you. Linda, before we run up, I'm going to give you the chance for you to just sum up everything that you've said and then put your contact details across as well, so that those who want to reach out to you for help will be able to do so. Over to you.
Awesome. So we've been talking about how to set career goals and why they're important. Career goals would help you and give you a sense of direction, and especially in these uncertain times, will give you the focus that you need, rather than giving into all the noise that's in the marketplace or in your field, whether it's your TV or the internet or wherever that noise is coming from, your parents, wherever. It would give you this goal to work towards. And we've spoken about how to align what you're doing towards the ultimate goal, to really help you focus, and also to bring the fulfillment in and to give you the motivation to keep going forward. Now, if you want to know more about how to set a goal, whether you're on the right track, how to get your kids to start the right way and identify their genius, what they're meant to be doing, then definitely get in touch. You can contact me at lindapallien.com. You can contact me on my social media handles at Linda Pallien, which is LINDA, Pallien, PALLIEN, Linda Pallien, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course on LinkedIn. You can message me with your questions and let's have a chat, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you very much, HRH Linda. It's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure having you on the program. So we want to say have a wonderful day, and we'll catch up later.
You too. Thank you so much.
Right then. Bye-bye. Well, listeners, that was HRH Linda Pallien for you. I'm bringing you Career 101. And like I said, we had a look at setting career goals. if you find yourself in a position where you've not done anything of that we've said, or maybe there are a few things there that you think when you add it up to what you are doing, you'll be there. Why not continue to do so? Go to our podcast session. It will be ready in the next 5 minutes, and then on our YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, and all that, go back there and listen to it. But this afternoon, exactly at 5 o'clock, On Point will be coming your way. It will be followed at 7 o'clock with the Diva Show. And then at 10 o'clock, we will bring in you with the Conscious Reggae Time with Mr. Dave West. That aside, lots of music going to be coming your way before all this program comes on. And that is more music, less talk. So make sure you make a date with us. So on that note, let me say good afternoon and thank you very much to my colleague Mr. Frank David, Mr. Kofi Ali Abdul Yakin, and to all of you who tuned in this morning to listen to us. We want to say have a top of the day. It's me, Archie, and Frank saying bye-bye for now. We can't go away without taking this song. This is from Bessa Simons, and it says what? Belembe. Enjoy it and see you later. Bye.